Have you ever wondered where the game of American football originated? Let's embark on a journey through time to uncover the roots of this beloved sport. As we delve deep into the annals of history, we discover that the game of American football, as we know it today, has its origins in two popular sports, soccer and rugby. In the mid-19th century, both these sports made their way across the pond from England to the United States. The early versions of these sports were played at colleges and universities, but they were quite different from the football we know and love today. The birth of American football can be traced back to a game played on November 6, 1869. On this day, two collegiate teams, Rutgers and Princeton, clashed on the field in what is widely considered the first ever football game. This historic game, albeit rudimentary by today's standards, marked the beginning of a sporting revolution. But the game was still far from the structured and strategic sport we're familiar with. This transformation can be attributed to one man, Walter Camp. Often referred to as the father of American football, Camp introduced significant changes that shaped the game. A former Yale athlete and coach, he was instrumental in implementing the line of scrimmage, the snap from center to quarterback, and the system of downs. These innovations brought a new level of strategy and competition to the game, setting the stage for the football we know today. From its humble beginnings as a blend of soccer and rugby on a college field, to the structured and strategic game shaped by Walter Camp, American football has come a long way. The evolution of this sport is a testament to the spirit of innovation and competition that defines America. Thus, we see that the game we love so much today had rather humble beginnings. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the exciting journey of American football, from its dawn to the present day. So how did we move from a college sport to the formation of a professional league? Let's dive into that. The leap from college sport to professional league was marked by the formation of the National Football League, or NFL, in the year 1920. The NFL was a brainchild of a group of businessmen and football enthusiasts who saw the potential of football becoming a professional sport. The league started off with a modest 14 teams, hailing mostly from industrial towns in the Midwest. Now you might be wondering, why the Midwest? Well, the Midwest was the heartland of America's Industrial Revolution. It was home to many working-class people who found solace and entertainment in the sport of football. This humble beginning was just the start of the NFL's journey. Over the years, the league expanded, welcoming teams from across the country. It weathered the storms of the Great Depression and World War II, emerging stronger and more popular than ever. Today, the NFL consists of 32 teams, divided evenly between the National Football Conference and the American Football Conference. It has achieved an unprecedented level of popularity, with millions tuning in every Sunday during the season to cheer for their favorite teams. The NFL didn't just professionalize football, it revolutionized it. It introduced a level of strategy, skill, and spectacle that was previously unheard of in the sport. It turned football into more than just a game. It became a part of American culture. The NFL truly revolutionized the sport, taking it to a whole new level. But how has the game itself changed over the years? Let's talk about that. American football has always been a sport of constant evolution, constantly tweaking its rules to maintain relevance and ensure player safety. One of the biggest game changers, quite literally, was the introduction of the forward pass in the early 20th century. Before this rule, football was a brute force game, a relentless tussle of strength and endurance. But the forward pass brought strategy, finesse, and dynamism into the mix, transforming the game into the spectator sport we know and love today. And then there's the concept of downs. Originally, teams had 3 attempts to advance the ball 5 yards. However, in an effort to balance the game and make it more exciting, the rules were modified. Now, teams have 4 downs to advance 10 yards. This seemingly minor change had a major impact on the game, introducing more strategic planning and decision-making, and making each play a thrilling gamble. But it's not just the rules that have evolved. The equipment used in American football has also seen significant changes over the years. Originally, players wore minimal gear, often just a leather cap for protection. But as our understanding of sports injuries grew, so did the need for better safety measures. Today, players don high-tech helmets designed to absorb impact, reducing the risk of concussions. They wear shoulder pads, hip pads, knee pads, and more, all designed to protect them from the physical rigors of the game. And let's not forget the football itself. Over the years, it's been redesigned several times, with changes in size, shape, and material, all to make the game more exciting and fair. So, from the introduction of the forward pass to the modern safety gear, American football has continually adapted and improved. It's a testament to the love of the game, the respect for the players, and the spirit of constant innovation that defines American football. Indeed, the game has come a long way in ensuring the safety of its players while keeping the thrill alive. So, what defines the modern era of American football, you may ask? Well, buckle up, as we're about to embark on a journey through a time of transformation, triumph, and legendary tales. The modern era of American football is largely characterized by the advent of the Super Bowl era. This shift came to life in the late 1960s, following the merger of two rival leagues, the National Football League and the American Football League. The merger led to the birth of the Super Bowl, an annual championship game that quickly became an integral part of American culture, bringing families, friends, and football enthusiasts together every year. This era also witnessed the rise of legendary teams that redefined the game. Teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who dominated the 70s with their steel curtain defense, the San Francisco 49ers, who reigned supreme in the 80s with their innovative West Coast offense, and the New England Patriots, who, under the guidance of Bill Belichick and the prowess of Tom Brady, became the team of the new millennium. But it wasn't just the teams that made this era memorable. The field was filled with players who left indelible marks on the game. Players like Joe Montana, whose precision passing and clutch performances earned him the nickname Joe Cool. Jerry Rice, who danced past defenders and into the record books as the greatest receiver of all time. And let's not forget the likes of Peyton Manning and Brett Favre, who dazzled audiences with their quarterbacking brilliance. The modern era has also been a time of evolution and innovation. It saw the introduction of instant replay and the evolution of offensive and defensive schemes that have made the game more complex and exciting. The modern era of American football has been a spectacle of athleticism, strategy, and sheer will. It's an era that has seen the game reach unprecedented heights of popularity and competition. It's an era where legends were made, records were shattered, and the spirit of the game was celebrated like never before. The modern era has seen the game reach unprecedented heights of popularity and competition. So what might the future hold for this beloved sport? As we peer into the crystal ball of American football, several exciting possibilities emerge. Foremost among these is the continued focus on player safety. The sport has already made significant strides in this area, with improvements in protective gear and stricter enforcement of rules aimed at reducing injuries. As medical science and technology advance, expect to see even more innovative solutions. Imagine smart helmets that can detect and measure the impact of hits, or advanced materials that provide superior protection. Alongside safety, technological innovations are set to play a pivotal role in the future of the game. From virtual reality training tools that allow players to practice without physical contact, to AI-powered analytics that help coaches devise winning strategies, technology is set to revolutionize how the game is played and watched. And then, there's the potential for international expansion. American football has traditionally been a predominantly US-centric sport, but there's a growing appetite for it in other parts of the world. As more international players make their mark in the NFL and games are broadcast to an ever wider global audience, the sport could truly become a global spectacle. While the future is uncertain, one thing is for sure: American football will continue to captivate us for years to come. Let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've just taken. From the humble beginnings of US football, we've seen how this beloved sport evolved, transforming from a rough-and-tumble game into a national phenomenon. We traced the formation of the NFL, an institution that has become synonymous with the sport itself. We delved into the evolution of rules and equipment, highlighting how these changes not only improved the game, but also enhanced player safety. Then, we ventured into the modern era, where the Super Bowl reigns supreme as a cultural event transcending sports. Finally, we gazed into the potential future of American football, an exciting prospect filled with innovative technologies and possibilities. Just as the sport has evolved over the past century, we can expect it to continue to grow and change in the years to come. That is another AI video. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of American football. Until next time, keep the football spirit alive.